welcome back to the channel. It is 5:20 in the morning. I'm running off about 3-4 hours of sleep, and we're gonna head to Summit Point today for another round of track cross. So let's get the show on the road. Let's get a quick cold start for you guys. Actually, you know what? Let's get the underglow on for you guys. Yeah, yellow underglow. All right, let's get a quick start and get out of here so we don't piss off the neighbors. Oh, that's loud. Okay, let's go.
Laser.
Can't piss off the neighbors. All right, off we go. Gonna meet up with a couple of friends, and I will see you guys once we are there. We've made it. Got the lineup. Got Neil, Brandon, Buzz, and David. Yeah, surprisingly, right?
Surprise.
We made it. Got Brandon over here torquing them wheels.
Just trying to be safety first.
Who cares about safety?
Safety third.
What's that torque spec?
89.
89. Ooh, why not 69?
You have the toolbox.
Yes.
You should have one of these. Feel free to select one of them.
Made it past tech. Gonna wait for all the meetings. Everyone's here. Alright, so this clip that we're going to be watching here is going to be our first timed run of the session. So the format that we started off with was 2 sight laps and then one run solo run that isn't timed, kind of get a feel of the track, get a warm up. And then this is going to be the first timed run of this heat. So we're waiting at grid here, waiting for them to go ahead and give us the go ahead. And you can see on K-Tuner I start off in 2nd gear. So how I launch, 2nd gear, foot on the brake, foot on gas, give it a little, build a little boost, and head off the line, like so. First part here, you can already see I lifted off in that corner there. Let's go ahead and get back. Hopefully you guys can see the cursor here as well. But yeah, we come here, I lifted off in this corner. This one I did not need to lift off. I could have just continued carrying speed throughout here. Lifted off there. My foot could have stayed planted here. But you know, this is fine. This is our first official timed run of the day. Back here in that corner there. Over here, we could have carried more speed down this hill. It's a mental game, and I'm coming over a blind hill. I'm not sure where I'm going to be pointed, but in that hill, I could have definitely carried more speed and lifted off in that corner back there. So yeah, we could have gotten here and just lifted off, no need to brake, and then get back on throttle. I think we did okay here. Probably could have carried more speed through this corner. It's all good. I think this part is okay. Making decent use of the track. I think I come out a little too wide here. I could have just stayed in the middle a bit more. I'm not giving it full throttle here. Same thing here. I lifted. Probably could have just stayed in it. And then carry speed through here. I lift off before this hill. Probably shouldn't do that. You probably should stay in it a bit so that when you do crest that hill, you don't upset the balance too much, but seemed to have worked out fine for us. And we come through to the finish. So critiques on that first run so far, there were areas where I let off, where I could have just stayed in it some more. And there was that portion after that sharp corner where I came out too wide on that exit, and I could have stayed in towards the middle a little more to get a better line, in my opinion. So that's gonna be our first timed run of the day. Okay, so this one, I forgot to hit record for the second run of the day, so this is gonna be the final one for the morning heats, which again, this is gonna be our best time of the day. I think we finished 5th overall in novice class for this morning session. Not the greatest times in my opinion, but it did alright for myself. I'll have the times somewhere in this video here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the final run of the day. And sent off the line. So you see here, I stay in that throttle a little more. I could carry more speed through that corner. Didn't need to lift off like I did in that first clip. Here, I think I'm still lifting a bit early. I probably could lift off throttle probably about here. Worst case, if I did lift out there, I can probably jab the brakes a little bit to scrub off some speed and carry it into this corner. But yeah, I'm doing what I should be, foot off the throttle and brakes, carrying speed through that corner. That I did fine. I think I could have done that just a little bit later instead of where I stopped before that. Coming through this corner, I'm hearing the tire squeal, so I'm making good use of those tires in my opinion. This clip here, so the first clip I made the mistake of coming out too wide. I think in this one I hugged the inside too much. It should have come out a little more to scrub off to make full use of that track. Right there I lifted. I probably, if I had came out towards the middle before this corner here, I probably could have stayed planted into foot on the throttle throughout this entire corner instead of lifting off like I just did. Here I kind of lost the tail a little bit. I'm trying to remember. I think it was because I lifted off and that tail kind of swung around a little bit and kind of caused me to have to correct a little bit. I think that cost me some time because of that as well. So I get back on throttle. And we're doing the same thing here, lifting at that hill. Realistically, I probably should not lift right when I get to that hill because that's gonna upset the car. And I think you can kind of see a little bit in this clip here where my hands are kind of catch that wheel a little bit from getting too upset. So for myself, I have to lift either further behind that hill or lift right after that hill, in my opinion. But carrying okay speed through that corner. I think I could have gone through that corner faster. I think it was all because of the that lift I did earlier, causing the car to get upset and losing speed before that corner. So far for the morning session, my takeaways are that there are areas where, again, lifting too early could carry more speed throughout. Otherwise, I think I'm more or less happy with how the results are for the morning. And again, as mentioned, came in 5th, so can't complain too much. Let's go ahead and move on over to the afternoon sessions where we get to make full use or more use out of this track instead of that short little area we had. Alright, coming into the afternoon session, this is the one where we get to utilize the turns before the area that we gridded at for the morning session. So we don't get to make full use of the back straight, but we pretty much get about 90% of the entire course. So this one's going to be our first timed run of the session. For this one, what ended up happening was I had a rerun because of timing issues, but regardless, we can still watch this clip and see how we did. Coming off here, right off the line, we can't really build too much speed just because of traction issues. So coming into this first corner, I think I'm carrying what I deemed is the appropriate amount of speed for this corner. I think here you can see I still have a bit of that track left over to the left to use, so probably could have gone a little bit wider, I think, to make, again, full use, just like that. Okay. So yeah, we cut through, doing good. Here, I think I just lifted. You can see my throttle's at 10%. I lifted here. Probably could have lifted a little further down and then just coast through the next corner. Yeah, definitely could have carried more speed through this corner. Yeah, I'm yelling at myself because the first time I went out, I lifted earlier. Still could have lifted more. Same principles applies as the morning one. You know, could have carried more speed through that corner. Slowing down good here. Making use of that track. Come out into this corner. Again, coming out a little bit too wide in my opinion. In this session, I'm losing a lot of speed in my opinion, just due to areas where the car is just unsettling itself, whether it's due to suspension limitations or tires, but there are definitely areas where the car doesn't seem as settled as it should be. So this session, in my opinion, didn't go too great, but again, it's the first official timed run for this heat of the day, so as the day goes on, it'll improve. But more or less, everything's going to be pretty similar, so we're just going to go straight into the final session of the afternoon heat where we got the best time, and we can take a look at that and see what areas we could improve in the future. Alright, so this is going to be our final run of the afternoon heat. This is our rerun and our best time of the day. Let's go ahead and get started. This corner, same as before, can't do too much here. Making full use of that track a little bit more in my opinion. Carrying good speed. I think I lifted here at an appropriate time. I might have been able to lift a little later, but in the words of John Felton, the organizer at this event, car's the trophy at the end of the day. Don't want to send it too hard and crash the car, so not too bad, I guess. Car got a little bit unsettled here. As you can see, I had to catch that steering wheel again. I don't fully remember what the reason was. It might have been because I jabbed the brakes there to scrub off more speed, and because I have the Brembos up front, it kind of caused the rear to lose grip a little bit since it nosedived. But otherwise, carrying good speed through this corner. You can hear those tires, making good use of it. Carrying good speed through here. Good use of the track. Might have been able to coast or left off a little more, but coasting through that corner good. Making good use of those tires. Hearing them squeal. Staying out. I'm happy with this one because I did what I said I should have done earlier. Stay middle there. And because of that, I was able to carry more speed through the subsequent corners here. And carry a lot more speed through this straight here. And I lift right before that crest again. That's probably a bad idea to lift before that crest just because of how it could unsettle the car, but I got lucky there. It didn't unsettle the car too much, so I could carry good speed through that corner. And we end off this session with an 80.008, which put us in second class for novice, right behind a GT4, and then also put the times of the other front-wheel drive cars in this event to kind of compare where our times stand in terms of cars that'll be similar to ours. Alrighty, wrapping up this video. So the last lap of the day, I ran an 80.008 on Summit Main, and I got second in class for the afternoon session, and for the morning session I did, I believe, fifth in class. So nothing has changed too much with the setup. Car ran great. This thing handles pretty well, which makes sense. Shares the same suspension as a Civic more or less, and I've got the power to really back it up for a track like Summit, where there's a lot of more areas for high speed. So yeah, I think I've already mentioned in the last track video, but I am planning on getting a set of Koenig wheels and summer tires that will hopefully clear the Genesis Brembos. If they don't, well, we'll cross that road when we cross it. But yeah, I've been contemplating whether or not I want to upgrade the rear I've been contemplating whether or not I want to upgrade the rear sway bar to an even beefier one. As mentioned before, I have a 22mm Progress rear sway bar, and I find that the car rotates pretty well already with it. I don't think we need a beefier one, but for testing purposes, I may just get it just to see how it is, toss it on there, and I'll make a video about it so you guys know what to expect if you guys do want to go that route. But yeah, track day was a fun day. Hopefully you'll be able to see more clips of yesterday's runs in this video. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, hit that like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram at QMedia. If you have any questions, I'm more likely to be able to check my Instagram and answer those questions there. So, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.